on Sunday. We've already done, you know, how to get your CDL, what to expect your first year, what your family can expect. So this one I'm going to touch on van and reefers. So van and reefer life is totally different than open deck life. Open deck meaning flatbed, step deck, RGN, something that you actually have to secure. That's open deck. So if you like your sleep, if it's hard for you to get up, van and reefer is not going to be an ideal trailer for you to be pulling. If you don't like to drive at night, if you only want to drive during the day, van and reefer is not for you. The reason I say that is the majority of the companies, unless you go with a big, mega carrier, you're going to be delivering it 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. A lot of these big warehouses, they like their, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning deliveries, 3 o'clock in the morning deliveries. A lot of them, you know, they get deliveries all night long, and which doesn't make any sense. You know, they'll get deliveries at night, and then they'll load out their trucks, you know, like Sigma and Cisco and stuff like that. It's exactly backwards of the way I would operate it. I would operate it where the people deliver to us during the day and they spend the night time loading up their trucks for the next day. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb steering wheel holder, according to some of y'all on my YouTube channel. Which that is not the case. I've been driving longer than some of y'all been live, but that's neither here nor there. My point is, you will have 24-hour a day loading and unloading times, which I did not like. I'm old enough that my body's on a routine, and me having to deliver at 3 o'clock in the morning was hogwash, because they're not going to let you pull up, check in, pull up to a door, you know, at 7 or 8 o'clock at night most of the time, when your appointment is at 3 a.m. You know, a lot of times you can only check in 2 hours early, an hour early. So, you know, you're going to be up half the night, all the night. Another thing, since COVID, most of the places that door swingers deliver to don't have bathrooms anymore. If you're lucky, they have a porta-john. So, you know, better take care of all your crap before you get there, unintended. Another thing about door swingers, and there's nothing wrong with a door swinger. America needs van and reefer trailers just like they need flatbed and step deck and railroad, all that. Everything that everybody does is needed. So when I say door swinger, don't take offense. It is what it is. You swing a door, you open the doors before you back in, yada yada yada. Speaking of backing in, you better have some good backing in skills, because you're going to get in some places that you got 90 acres to turn that thing around and back in. You're going to have some places where you don't have 50 feet in front of your truck to back that son of a bitch in. So you better get good at it. You better get good at learning to back in the dark. Some places ain't lit up. So that's another aspect. The biggest issue I have with van and reefer is the way you get treated. You get treated like crap. Most of the shippers, most of the receivers, they don't give two damn shits about you. Where in flatbed, step deck, unless you're going to a great big lumber mill or a great big steel mill, they're happy to see you. They're happy to unload you. They're happy to load you. They're happy to help any way they can. They're a whole lot more respectful. Van and reefer, they can't spell respect. I have been banned from the Sigma in Columbus, Ohio, because she was that rude that I had had enough. And I told what I thought of her and her place of employment, and I'm no longer allowed to go back there. Fine. I don't ever plan on pulling a reefer again, or a van trailer again. So, you know, if you don't mind being talked down to and treated like crap and no bathrooms, you know, and you don't want to, you know, chain and strap and get out in the rain and tarp and all that bunch of stuff. Yeah, I've had to tarp in the rain. That makes a lot of sense, don't it? But it happens. You know, a lot of times, new drivers starting out, the people that are going to find this video informative, you're going to start out in a van or a reefer. 95% of y'all that are thinking about getting your CDL, want to go over-the-road truck driving, want to go see what America has to offer, you're going to start off in a van or a reefer. It's the easiest. After a little while, you know, you can find a flatbed company that will take you on and they'll train you. W.E. Wiley, for example, they have a week-long training course of how to secure, how to tar, put you in a truck, send you on your way. That's why I focus a lot of this channel on how to secure. You'd be surprised how many flatbed people out here do it wrong. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I don't cut corners sometimes. I've never lost a load. I've had a load shift one time. But I digress. What I'm trying to explain to y'all and get into you know, I want y'all to really take it is, if you're a hothead, if you've got a temper, learn to do some yoga and meditate before you get in the van and reefer, because you're going to get treated like crap. Absolutely treated like crap. Another thing, if you got to have quiet to sleep, you're going to have a problem, especially if you're in a reefer. I sleep with my truck running. If y'all watch my channel, you know that I will pull straight into a truck stop parking spot if I can back straight back out, so I don't have to listen to the reefers. I got to have noise to sleep, but reefers can be obnoxiously loud. And if you're pulling a reefer and you're trying to sleep, that reefer is literally 4 feet from your head. So, you know, that reefer fires up in the middle of the night at will. They have a regulator on them, temperature sensor, all that bunch of stuff, and it'll turn itself off and turn itself back on, and then it'll rev up like crazy and then, excuse me, idle down. So if that bothers you while sleeping, then you need to think about just a dry van. Another thing I should have touched on in another video is, if you've got a wife and kid at home, or a husband and kid at home, or even if you're single and you're trying to maintain a home while you're doing this, it is extremely expensive out here now. Big Mac meal on the Ohio Turnpike was $18 for the Big Mac meal. So if you think you're going to come out here and live on, you know, a couple $100 a week, you're not going to do it. I guarantee, unless you're going to eat bologna.
Slow down.
If you're going to eat bologna, you can live on $200 a week out here. But if you're going to eat out, you know, once a day, once every other day, and then, you know, get sandwich making stuff, then you might be able to do $200 a week. But it's expensive. It's not like it used to be. Used to be, you know, you could live out here for $100 a week, no problem. Now, no. If you get your,
Especially if you're a couple.
Yeah, especially if you're a couple out here. If you get your paycheck on Friday and you pull $200 out and you send the rest home to the wife or the husband, kids, whatever, and you think $200 is going to be enough, you're going to be starving by Wednesday. I can guarantee it. Unless you know something I don't know. If you know something I don't know, leave it in the comments. Let me know something. So, I promised y'all a video today. I'm sure there's stuff I'm leaving out. You know. You got to learn how to scale your loads. You got to learn, you know, moving the fifth wheel forward and back, what that does, moving the tandems on the trailer forward and back, where it puts the weight and all that bunch of stuff. I've got a video out that I was overweight on a trailer, and it went almost viral, but a lot of people don't understand weight distribution. I pulled chains off of my headache rack and moved them to my trailer, and people are like, you left it on your vehicle, why, you know? Well, I was over on my drives. I couldn't fix it by moving my tandems, because I don't have tandems, I got a spread axle, and I couldn't fix it by moving my fifth wheel, because moving your fifth wheel only adds or takes away weight on your steers. So you know, there's a lot to know, but van and reefer is the easiest. That's what 95% of the new drivers get into. I'd probably say it's a little bit more than that. But anyway, next week's video is going to be on open deck, what you can expect if you want to get into flatbed, step deck, RGN, all that bunch of stuff.